guys, welcome back. It's Lori with Simple Suburban Homestead. I want to come to you today and talk to you a little bit about my big Brencia Ovation EX incubator. The one that my humidity was messed up on, and which could have been my fault, could have been out of my control. We never know about that when it comes to humidity. I've cleaned this incubator, and I want to show you how to clean the top of your incubators. My Nurture Right 360 is the same way. The top of it needs to be cleaned. The babies get a lot of down in it when they're hatching, and I would say every 2 to 3 times that I incubate, depending on the size of my hatches, I will take it all apart and clean it. So if you hear Piper, I've rolled him over to the window with me so he can see the chickens, so he might squawk a little bit because he wants out. The other thing, if you see snowflakes on my windows, those are for Piper. When we first got him back in August, he was only 8-9 weeks old, and he had had his flight feathers cut, and so he's had to learn how to fly. And in this Florida room, it's all glass, and he's hit these windows so many times that before Christmas we ordered on Amazon a ton of snowflakes, and he is learning his area now very well. Anyway, back to this incubator. So I have washed and cleaned the base of the incubator out. Very simple plastic, wonderful. Inside the incubator, you're going to want to lay, I meant to bring it down here, a piece of the rubber cabinet lining that you can get from the Dollar Tree for $1.25 a roll. And I do this before the hatches on this one because there's nothing that makes contact with the bottom, because the rails in this particular incubator rock, and they rock and they don't make contact with the bottom of it. So this thing right here is what your rails sit into, and they line up inside of the incubator like this. And then these are the rails, and you lay your eggs in them. If it's chicken eggs, my turkey eggs, when I hatched those, were too big for this, so I ended up having to lay them and roll them by hand every day. Quail eggs are perfect. They lay right in here, and they rock from side to side. So lines up like this, and I only brought 2 of these out just to show how this lines up. Now, in the water well, you have 2 wells on this incubator. They come with lids. The one well doesn't have anything in it to absorb moisture. The other well, however, comes with this foamy, kind of springy paper type material. And you can buy this off of Amazon. It comes with 1 piece in your incubator, but it can be used multiple times. I wash it out with soapy water, and I hang it in my utility room to dry, and it comes back to life pretty well. But I bought a big sheet of it off of Amazon for like $5, and you just cut the pieces that you need. This goes into your water well, and I'll need another piece because it's not full. And then your lid goes over the top. And when you put your cover on to the incubator, I'm going to go ahead and unplug the power source because I'm not going to need that for cleaning. It's going to line up like this. And what I was saying the other day about this incubator being fed, I don't have to hand feed this incubator water. I put a glass mason jar and I fill it, and it has a line that goes through it. One thing I like to do when I'm done with the incubator and I take it apart, I take the eggs out and the base out to wash. I let the incubator run with this just free out of the water, and it gets all the moisture out of the line. So that's something kind of to remember about if you go with the Brencias. But it has a computer part that you set your humidity, and it drinks in the water as it needs it. So my Nurture Right 360 at the end of the day, if I haven't checked my humidity, I might be at 29, and then I add water and it goes to 47, and that's not good for your eggs either. So anyway, this is this, And that's how it sits back together, and then the water comes in and it fills up the basin as needed, and the spongy paper thing collects it. So what I'm going to do today is take the top apart and show you how to clean it, hopefully. So I'm going to flip it on its head, and it has little screws in all the corners, and the down seems to get up inside of these two pieces. What I like to have on hand is a little bowl of water, some Q-tips, paper towels, some cotton balls if I have them, and we're just going to want to very carefully wipe all these surfaces down when we take this apart. And this just cleans all the down out. I hear you, Pipey, I know. This just cleans all the down out, and it helps the little motor in it to run more smoothly. The motor's actually in the top of it, and almost done here. Can you talk pretty, Piper? Can you talk pretty? Can you sing? No, don't scream. Nobody wants to hear you screaming. So anyhow, you're going to take all the screws out, and then on the top of the motor, there's one little screw in here. You're going to take this screw out, and let me see if this is going to lift off for me like I want it to. Oh no, I lied. There's one more little screw. I might have just really lied. I'm wondering if this goes to the top piece, to the computer part. I think it does. Okay, so we got this piece off, and I don't know if you can see or not, but it's downy. It's pretty well covered in down. So I'm gonna get to the good stuff first. In this little motor, here's where your fan is. This is when you're gonna take like a damp Q-tip. You can really use a Q-tip without any moisture on it, actually, but the damp ones do help it to collect a little better. And you'll never get it all off, but you want to get a good amount of this out. And one thing I'm noticing from this angle is my fan blades, I can't see a lot of down on them. So that's a good thing. Now, when I flip it, I might see more. But for right now, it's not too totally downy in here. Lots of little feathers. Or little downs. I know, baby, you're all right. Some people use some type of little blower type thing to blow the down out. I don't have that, and I mean, my husband might have it out in the shed in the garage, but I don't. This is kind of satisfying just to wipe it down good. I'm gonna take a little cotton ball with some moisture, kind of wipe down. This part is real downy. Don't want to get any of the components on it wet. Ooh, I do see some down hanging. Here we go. Let me see if I can get this off real fast. There we go. Nope, it's not bad at all. The motor itself is not bad at all. So that's really good. I probably cleaned this one 2 uses ago. So it's really not bad at all. which is kind of where the connectors are at, where the screws go in. That's kind of dusty. See if I can remember how to get it back in there. There we go. Okay. Take a paper towel and wipe all this down. Just try to get as much of that loose down as you can out. My husband actually asked me if I had cleaned this one recently because of my humidity issues, and I was like, I don't know, it might have been, it's been a while since I've used this big incubator, but I took it apart the last I remembered taking it apart and cleaning it good. So I got a lot of that loose down out, so that's good. Now, nothing gets between this and the mechanism on the top. So I don't have to worry about getting that part clean. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these little screws back in. Maybe. Maybe not. Not until I clean this. All right. So we're gonna wipe this one down really good. You can really see the down on this. Sometimes it's good too if you are like me to take a picture of where you're taking screws out from. Maybe if it's not something that you do often, so that you remember where to put things back into. Oh, see, there was a lot of down on that. Can you all see that? Right there? That's a lot of down. But this is the gist of it. You're going to just clean the different parts of the incubator, everything that you can get to clean. I would highly recommend doing it every, I don't know, like I said, second, third incubation that you do, depending on how many chicks you have. And like with these incubators, you can kind of look at them and you can see the down. After this last hatch with 18 babies hatching, there was a lot of down in here. So I knew this was going to be one that I had to go ahead and take it apart and take care of it. And maybe this had something to do with my humidity. Sorry, Piper. Like I said, I don't know, because the down doesn't get to the motor of it. It gets to the fan, but it doesn't get into the top of it where the electrical components are. So I don't think that it had an issue. Whether or not the incubator itself had an issue, I'm not sure. But it was very sad to lose 10 fully developed chicks. Definitely not something you want to do often. So I don't like losing any of them. But 10 of them was a lot to me. So, I mean, there's always a chance when you're incubating that you're going to lose a chick or two or whatever. I mean, we can't always help our circumstances in our home, or the humidity, or if you lose power, or, I mean, there's a number of things that can cause your incubators to not run properly. But this one I really think had to do with the humidity spikes that we saw in the very beginning of lockdown with these babies. So anyhow, the 12 babies that we have alive are doing well, and they're beautiful, and they're growing every day, and so that's a good thing. That's a blessing in it. Well, guys, I hope you have a wonderful time or a wonderful day, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. And like I said, you just want to take your incubators apart, and you want to get as much out of them as you can so that the down doesn't end up clogging up anything in them. and then allow it time to dry out good if you have used moisture, and put it back together. And happy hatching for the next time. Hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon, and I hope you're enjoying my content. And if you are, hit the like button for me, please. That always helps. And I'll be bringing you more as soon as I have more to share. Thank you guys. Have a blessed day. God bless.